Good afternoon.
Hello. How are you?
Doing good.
Good to hear, good to hear. Yeah, messing about with a couple of things in this one earlier on as well. Cause yeah, I don't know, set's a thing. There's a couple of important cards in here, but I mean, I guess it's like a lot of TCG sets, right? Where a lot of stuff isn't that amazing, but what is good is like super good.
At least the good stuff here isn't necessarily the rare stuff.
True. Alright, so I'm gonna click the thing and then go view card list. And I guess we can take a look as soon as it loads up. So, yeah, the third set of the game somehow even smaller than the previous set. I think this one only has 62 cards total in it. So, somehow it's 2 cards smaller than even Jungle. That's like, huh. I wonder if this is the smallest TCG set we've ever had, like, in terms of main sets. It seems like it could be, especially when you consider the rares and the holos are the same.
Pretty much half the set.
Yeah, and are half the set, indeed. So, I wonder if this is the smallest one. It's kind of weird. Yeah, so there's a lot of basic stuff in here. With this set, I don't think Mew is actually present in this one.
No, there's no Mew here.
Yeah, okay, so that's kind of unfortunate. I mean, it was some type of promo thing. I could have sworn we had it in the in our packs over in the UK though. In the Europe stuff. I could have sworn.
Thing, if this is based on an American set, we aren't like get like
Sure.
that.
Sure, and I mean that makes sense. I'm just like, I'm sure because I know I had this Mew, and it's not, obviously it's not in here. It's not that impactful anyway, I don't think. Yeah, it's a 1 energy attack instead of Mewtwo's 1 psychic and the colorless, but it's 10 damage times the energy on the opponent, not 10 damage plus. So, like, innately it doesn't do any damage. And the Devolution Beam is cute, but doesn't actually matter unless you're KOing that Pokemon anyway, which is, you know, from the basic stage, which is very unlikely. So, yeah, not exactly a massively impactful card, but I mean, I guess it does sort of debilitate Hitmonchan a bit, so maybe it would have been alright. Hey Raz! Anyway, let's talk about what's actually in here then, because a lot of this is interesting enough to go through. Aerodactyl's pretty cool. It does have to evolve from Mysterious Fossil, but which is not as easily searchable as a basic Pokemon.
At least it's the stage 1.
Yes, it is a
stage
stage
1
1.
the other fossils.
Yeah, we'll get to those. But yeah, Aerodactyl's power stops any Pokemon from evolving whilst it's in play, which is really kind of pushing the basics that were already better anyway, but it is very hard to get out in play, so it's kind of whatever. Also dies in one shot to Cypher, so I don't know about that. But it is the only Pokemon that actually resists itself. It's resistant to fighting as a fighting type, so it takes no damage in confusion, which is funny. Any weird fossils as pseudo? Yeah, there's been several different fossil mechanics as we've gone along. This one is basically just the fossils are Clefairy dolls, and that's it. So it's like a 10 HP thing that doesn't get status or anything. You can't retreat it, doesn't have any attacks, but it doesn't give a prize up if it gets KO'd. So, you know, that's kind of whatever. Articuno was pretty cool. It pushed this and kind of Lapras sort of pushed Blastoise decks quite a bit, because Articuno doesn't have a weakness. I guess that's what they've touted the legendary stuff as for a while, right? But yeah, it doesn't have a weakness, and its attacks are expensive, but very powerful for what they do, right? Like 30 plus paralysis chance for the first 3. Just good. And then Blizzard, if you flip tails, it does 10 to yourself, 10 to all your bench. But if you flip heads, it's 50 plus 10 to all of the opponent's bench, which is, yeah, kind of amazing, to be honest. So, this might actually be, like, a standalone card, potentially, as well, but it just takes a very long time to charge up in a removal format. But it does resist Hitmonchan, and isn't weak to Electabuzz. Or Cypher. So there's potential. Ditto is one I'm extremely curious as to if they've actually got it programmed properly in TCGOne, because oh boy, this thing is nuts. It pretty much just copies whatever the opposing active Pokemon is. You get to use all of their attacks. I don't remember if you get their abilities as well. I'd thingy this in and take a look real quick.
We'd have to see.
Yeah, because it's including type, hit points, weaknesses, and so on. Except it can't evolve and it always has this power. Also, the other thing with it is that any energy which is attached to Ditto is energy of any type. That's the key thing. It literally steals the opponent's stats and everything. But
Imposter Ditto before Gen 4.
Yeah, but your energy actually is whatever the hell you want off it too. So double colorless is basically double rainbow on that thing, which is super good. So if they've got it coded right, that'll be amazing. If not, well, maybe we'll just have a flop on our hands and we'll have to wait until we do this in Tabletop Sim and play it there. I don't know. It is cool though, and I think it's definitely worth a look at. Then we have Dragonite, which we don't get Dratini and Dragonair in this set because that was from the base set. This was the time when they had very incomplete evolutions on these things. But Dragonite is really cool. Bertus will probably get this one quite easily. It has Keldeo's power. Well, Step In is what it's called here, but it basically just forces itself into your active spot. It doesn't have Float Stone. It only has one retreat. But you can use Dodrio to get it 0 retreat, right? So if you use Dodrio from the previous set, you can reduce its retreat cost down to 0, and then it basically has a Float Stone built-in, right? So, yeah. Also, its attack is relatively expensive and coin flippy, but it does do a lot of damage if you can get, even if it's just one heads, like the 40 is respectable enough.
It's also one of the rare normal types that resists Hitmonchan.
Yes, but it also has no weakness, and the previous stages resist the Psychic type, which is also pretty good too. So, yeah, Dragonite's really cool. I like this thing, it's just hard to get on the field. Especially when you consider
Dragonair. Very vulnerable to energy removal.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't even need much on this thing. I don't even necessarily think you use this as an attacker, to be honest, because that one energy retreat is pretty fine. Use it more just to get through paralysis and stuff, I think, which is respectable in its own right. Then we got the Haunted Gengar stuff here. Like, there's a new Ghastly here as well. Yeah, the actually good one. So, the Haunter, I mean, actually, it's probably best just going through all of the line here, because they're all good in their own right. So, the Ghastly has, again, no weakness, no retreat cost either, which is great. 10 damage plus paralysis on its first attack. Its second attack is an energy retrieval, but instead of discarding a card, it does 10 damage to the Ghastly, which I think you could block with Defender, actually. It's kind of funny. The Haunter's got the same amount of HP, but its ability makes you toss a coin before you do anything to it, and if your attack would do something to it and the opponent flips heads, they don't take anything off of it. I don't think they even get status condition, right? Or is it just damage?
I don't think status condition goes through, I'm not entirely sure.
I'm just gonna double check the thing. Whenever an attack does anything to Haunter, flip a coin. If heads, prevent all effects of that attack, including damage done to Haunter.
Okay, so
yeah.
It's just immunity.
And this isn't even just for status condition stuff either. Things like Smokescreen would also not affect it at that point. So yeah, that's kind of cool. It doesn't have a lot of HP, but 50 is usually enough to survive like 2 attacks. And its attack itself, it's expensive, but it's 10 plus auto sleep, which is fine, I guess. So that's alright. And then Gengar has the ability to shift one of the opponent's damage counters from one of their Pokemon to another. You can KO with that, unlike Alakazam. So, you know, you can actually kill them with this thing, take a prize in the middle of the turn. And its attack is, again, kind of expensive at 3 Psychic Energy for only 30 damage, but it does do 10 to one of the opponent's bench as well. So that's pretty solid. So yeah, that's definitely one worth looking
Sleep
at.
Haunter also shares that attack, or Hypno.
Yes,
Sorry.
Hypno actually has the exact same attack. Hypno's worth speaking about too. It's a 90 HP stage 1, and Drowsy is already like 50 HP, which is, you know, slightly above your Squirtle Bulbasaur tier, right? So it's not too bad in its own right. The first attack is what it like makes the opponent. It gives you access to. Is it your deck or the opponent's deck? It's like the top 3. Oh, it's either. Oh, even better. Yeah, so you can look at the top 3 cards from either player's deck and rearrange them. So if the opponent's been dead drawing, you can just keep them dead drawing. This actually has come up in stall decks in slightly more modern times. I think it was not quite. Chip Ice Axe is one thing that kind of did a similar idea. So that's kind of fun. And then, as you say, it's got the same attack as the Gengar. The only thing is, this guy is actually weak to Psychic, which is annoying, but it has more HP too, so whoops, I should not have closed that window. Doesn't matter. Yeah, Chip Ice Axe got banned and expanded, so that should say it's relatively powerful. Then we get Hitmonlee, again, expensive, especially compared to Chan. It can't actually directly attack the active unless you get High Jump Kick online, but Stretch Kick is 20 to one of the opponent's bench, which is something that we haven't really seen much at all. We've seen the Pikachu had Spark in the last set, which had a bit of bench damage to it, but this set is really the first time where bench damage actually properly mattered, right?
Yeah. Now,
So
the
that's
thing to note about bench damage here is none of it really applies weakness or resistance, so it's always just fixed damage. But
correct.
even so,
that is
still
a thing.
damage to the non-active.
Yeah, that is a thing which has persisted pretty much throughout all time. There are very, very few times where bench damage does weakness and resistance. Mostly, I guess, it's just a like there's a mechanic they decided to keep on board. It's fine. Carbatops is notable for being the absolute worst Stage 2 Pokemon to ever exist. There's just nothing good to say about this thing. It's got 60 HP as a Stage 2. Electabuzz Hitmonchan. It's weak to Cyber. It evolves from Mysterious Fossil, and its biggest attack is basically the same thing as what Butterfree had. It's 4-colored energy for 40 damage, and you heal half the damage that you dealt. I don't
Only
even...
if you deal that much damage.
Yeah.
You deal full amount.
Yeah, so it's like, god damn, it's so bad. Like, 2 for 30 is bog standard on what I used last week. Last Monday. It's not actually a week ago by now. I'm too used to these things being weekly at this point. It's fine.
No, it's just these formats are smaller.
Yeah, so it's worth getting through these ones a bit quicker. Lapras is fine. It is weak to Electabuzz, so it can get one-shot, unfortunately. But it's pretty beefy otherwise, and it does do decent enough damage. Confusion is a pain in the ass in the early formats, because it affects retreating as well. So it's fine. The problem is I have 4 Electabuzz, so it's probably not the most usable one here. But yeah, it's solid for what it does. It's a good water attacker that isn't as expensive as Articuno, so, you know.
Often works well with Articuno.
Yeah, it does, so that's also good. Magneton's not really worth speaking about, although it's kind of funny that it KOs itself plus 20 HP on self-destruct. But Sonic Boom doesn't apply weakness or resistance, so it's kind of terrible. Like, okay, whatever, Sandslash can get beat by it, who gives a shit? Moltres is an alternate win condition. This is, I think, the first time we've ever seen anything quite like that, and usually we don't see very many of these in the Pokemon TCG.
It's a very expensive alternate condition.
It is, but it's, what, 70 HP, no weakness. You've got... Yeah, you discard all, like, the fire energy attached to it? Or is it just all energy? Yeah, it's any number of fire energy you can discard from it, and the opponent mills the top card of their deck for every one that you discard. So you can just use this for 1 energy, and you can just keep milling the top card of their deck every turn, and get them closer to deck out. with no weakness and fighting resistant Pokemon. It's not bad, but yeah, it's difficult, I suppose. You could play a ton of energy retrieval and stuff, and it might be alright. And then the big attack, 4 fire energy, 80 damage, but if you flip tails, you do zilch. But it's a one-hit KO and everything relevant. You don't discard, yeah, which is better than the likes of Ninetales. But yeah, it's a one-hit KO and anything relevant. It's a one-hit KO and anything not relevant with a plus power. So, you know, it doesn't KO Blastoise. Yeah, with Blastoise you'd need 2. But, yeah,
Snorlax,
basically...
I think, as well?
Snorlax is 90, so you only need the 1. Then we get probably the most important card of the whole set, really, is Muk. Because Muk's ability just turns off every other ability. I'm calling them abilities even though they're Pokemon Powers because they function the same way pretty much at this point in the game. So yeah, it's the original Garbodor, except it doesn't need anything but to be in play. So yeah, nuts to you, Ditto. You go back to being a regular Pokemon at that point with no attacks. But, you know, yeah, this shuts down Rain Dance. This shuts down a lot of the stuff that's in here. It's probably more important to be shutting down stuff in the next main set, Rocket, because there's a lot of abilities introduced there. But yeah, it's super strong.
It's laying down the foundation.
Correct. This just goes to show, even in this early part of the game, we had Gusting, we had Energy Denial, we had control tools like Lass, we've got Ability Denial and stuff here as well. The game has always had these kind of tools in it, so yeah.
Even if you weren't aware that they were a thing.
And then we get the 2 electric types at the end here for the rare stuff. Raichu and Zapdos are both very expensive, like 4 lightning energy for this stuff. They don't do the most outright damage. I mean, Zapdos is 40, I guess, is something, but yeah, they don't do the massive amount of outright damage. But Raichu does 10 damage to up to 3 different bench Pokemon your opponent has. So it effectively becomes 60 for 4, which is still a bit expensive, but it's about right. And it's spread damage too, so that's quite nice. And then the Zapdos, for every one of the opponent's bench Pokemon, you toss a coin. If heads, it does 20 damage to that Pokemon, but for every tails you get, Zapdos does 10 to itself. So high risk, but devastating reward if you get any decent luck with it, you know?
So you use it and everything I have damage.
Yeah, it just does like 40 and then an extra 100 damage because you've got 5 bench down. Seems fair, right? Alright, and then we get to some of the other stuff. It's kind of funny that Golem is actually an uncommon, not a rare in here, but it's not that impressive. It's actually got a Champ's attack, 3 coloured and a colourless energy for 60, but
it's unfortunately very expensive.
And also weak to Cypher on an 80 HP Pokemon, stage 2, so it's kind of whatever. Cloyster and
Honestly,
Arbok
I think
are not
Graveler would make more sense.
Yeah, Graveler's alright. Again, it gets one-shot by Cypher, which is unfortunate, but it has Hitmonchan and second attack, which is not bad. So, yeah, Graveler's okay. Unlike Golbat, Cloyster, and Arbok, they're all pretty terrible. Golbat, I think, can heal damage equal to how much it does with its Leech Life, but that's 20 damage for free energy. No thanks. Speaking on the 20 for free, Golduck is also a big no thanks for me. Yeah, Hyper Beam can discard energy, but that's 2 water and a colorless when its other attack is a psychic, for whatever reason. They decided that Golduck in the early days had to play on its psychic abilities. Ooh. I don't know, it's shite, so
I still find it weird it was never a water psychic.
Yeah.
It's just been cannibalizing on Starmie's spot.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Kingler is cool. It's unfortunate that it gets one-shot by Electabuzz, that's the main disadvantage for it. But Kingler is cool mostly because Krabby has got the same attack as Bellsprout did. So you can get more Krabby out of the deck with the 1 energy, and then Kingler can do a respectable 40, or, you know, Flail if you've taken damage. It's
pretty
good.
Big.
Yeah, so that's pretty solid. But unfortunately it gets one-shot by Electabuzz, so probably not happening. Magmar is probably the other most important Pokemon out of this set, actually. It looks really unassuming, but oh my god, this thing's a pain in the butt.
This thing is annoying.
70 HP, 1 fire, 10 damage, and the opponent's got to flip if they want to attack next turn, unless they switch out or evolve or something. Let's face it, evolution isn't going to be the way they do it. And then, yeah, 20 for 2 fire plus a poison on heads. It's not the most impressive that way, but the stalling potential here and the fact of it hits Cypher for weakness is really good. So, definitely strong. Omastar, despite not being a rare compared to Kabutops, is technically the better one. That Spike Cannon can do a lot of damage for a little energy, but it's just not that worth it. Water Gun is fine.
It can actually survive a single turn Scyther hit.
It can, yeah. So
unless it's Sword Stanced.
Yep. So I don't know. It's fine. It's just it's very awkward to get in play for what it does. So not really good enough, but still fun. Sandslash is evolving from the Sand Attack, Sandshrew from base, so that's got some good things to it anyway. And it's fine. It resists lightning, so heavy Electabuzz sting is
Two colorless
good.
for 20 isn't atrocious.
No, not when you can just DC it and hit Electabuzz for like a 2-shot. And then Fury Swipes 3 coins, 2 at 20 damage per heads for 2 energy. That's pretty good. So it's a cheap attacker. Not too bad to go around. Seadra has agility on its for the water DCE, but it only does 20 damage, and that's like kind of a bit awkward. Water Gun can do up to 40 if you put enough energy on, but again, 60 HP gets 1 shot. At least a Horsey's got 0 retreat and smokescreen, so potentially that's a thing, but I don't know if I trust that, to be honest. Then we got Slowbro, who is really weird. The slow poke is garbage and probably brings this down quite a bit, but somehow Slowbro's only got a 1 retreat cost. Don't know how that happened, but you know, whatever. The attack is fine. 20 damage plus paralysis chance for 2 colored, whatever. Its ability is super weird. Like, it absorbs damage from your field onto itself so long as it doesn't kill, which is bizarre to say the least. It's usable in very weird combos. It's a budget Alakazam, which is fine because we didn't get Alakazam. But,
well, I did. I just didn't get Kadabra.
Right. So you didn't get Alakazam. Yeah. It's weird, but like there are uses for it. I suppose is what I'm trying to say. It's kind of a funky one. And I have used this for fun decks.
This is definitely something you could use Pokemon Center with.
Yes, indeed. So that's fun. The Grimer is kind of okay as well. Like it does have it has the Stun Spore style thing. 1 colorless, 10 damage plus a paralysis chance is really good. Psyduck is noteworthy if you're playing Psychic decks because it does stop the opponent playing trainer cards whilst you use the attack. So it hampers the setup quite a lot, so that's actually good. You know, not that you would think a basic that evolves into a terrible thing like Golduck would be good, but there you go.
It's just gimped again by being weak to lightning.
Yeah. Tentacool was a bit of a meme with Alakazam at one point. Yo, Chris, thanks for the raid. Yeah, Tentacool was a meme with Alakazam because its ability lets it go back to your hand. So you would damage swap onto the... Like, you play Mr. Mime, Tentacool, and Alakazam, right? And you damage swap the 20 that you would take from the Mime onto a Tentacool, bounce the Cool back to hand, and then put it straight back down. You can't bounce it the same turn that you place it, though. So there is a turn of vulnerability on it, which makes it a bit awkward. But it was a meme pick at one point, so I thought I'd mention it anyway.
That Zubat is atrocious.
It's so bad. There's a much better Zubat in the Team Rocket set. So, yeah, no, this Zubat is awful. Double colorless for a confusion chance, or grass colorless for 10, heal 10. Nope. And then we get the trainers. There are not many of them, but at least 2 of them are very important. Mr. Fuji shuffles any Pokemon from your bench back into the deck, so that's you can get rid of damage counters and stuff that way. Energy Search is exactly what it says it is. It searches basic energy out of the deck.
And thankfully, it's a common.
It is a common, yes. This will let you play multicolor decks and probably also cut energy counts down a little bit. Like replacing some of our like 18 energy with energy searches probably streamlines decks a little bit that way. You know, makes it a little bit nicer. also puts them in rotation for energy retrieval, and you just draw whichever energy you want. So yeah, very, very good card. And then the Mysterious Fossil I've already mentioned. Gambler might see play, because we don't have a full playset of Oak.
I'm not trusting my luck on Gambler.
I don't trust it either, but you shuffle your hand into your deck so you don't have to discard anything with this one. You toss a coin. If you flip heads, you get 8 cards. Even better than Professor Oak. If you flip tails, you get 1.
But it would be good for, like, anti-stall.
Yes, which is actually the other reason I would consider playing, like, 1 or 2 of them. Also because, again, I only have 2 Professor Oaks, so it might see play, but it's, I don't know. And then, speaking on anti-stall stuff, Recycle, if you flip heads, you get any card out if you discard power to the top of your deck. If you have a bill, I guess you can just immediately draw it and then get what you want that way. So it's like budget item finder, but on a coin toss. But, you know, it's fine. It's just, it's on a coin toss. So same argument as Pokeball last session. And that's pretty much it. So it's not as heavy hitting as some of the previous sets, but what is good in here is like very important. We've got some big groundwork abilities here, stuff like the Aerodactyl, like the Muk. The Ditto is super good. There's an alt win in Moltres, and there's some also buffs for other archetypes like the Articuno.
If we ever wanted to run
here.
Ghosts, this is going to be our best bet for a while.
Yes. So, and these are good for sure. So it's worth a consideration. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We ready to get this underway then?
Yep.
Alright, then I will deafen up and we will see how this one goes. So good luck, buddy.
Have fun.
Yep. See you in a little bit.
Yep.
Alright. So hello again, everyone. Also, hi, Ashel too. You just finished watching the new trailer thing. Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff in there. But let's see what we get out of these packs, right? So straight away, going in with the Zapdos is an interesting one. Again, it's a bit too expensive. I didn't mention the Omanite's ability, but it actually lets you just see the opponent's hand whilst it's in play, which is pretty cool. But again, 40 HP is kind of a bit rough. Gengar pickup is fine. Mr. Fuji, I do need one of these. But it's an uncommon in a small set, we should get a ton of them. Magneton we don't want to see. Again, it's like 20 damage without applying weakness and resistance for 2 energy. Just no, it's nowhere near good enough. Which of course is why we're going to get more of them. I do like seeing the Magmar. I need at least 3 of those today. Moltres is interesting. Alt-win condition and stuff here. That's always a cool one. Hypno is not too bad. I could see me playing a Psychic deck of some sort with that, I suppose. The control tool, like this with Lass might actually be kind of decent. I have 2 Lass, right? So could Lass away all of the important trainers out of his hand and then stop him from top decking good stuff for a while. But eventually you're just going to get out damaged because you're going to have to give him energy and whatnot. So, I don't know. 2 Hypno, kind of whatever. Getting all the Magmar just now, that is very good. Magneton number 3 in the first 8 packs. Ripperoni. 1 Dragonite is good. I only have 2 Dragonairs, so I can't play many of this. But yeah, getting at least 1 is fine. Also Slowbro as well. I need a bunch of that. Okay, I guess we'll get 2 Dragonairs, whatever. Dragonite's cool. 3/2/2 would be alright. Lapras is decent. Just, I mean, I'm only going against 2 Electabuzz, so in theory, if I really feel like Magmar is going to be the meta here, then I could play the Lapras, but I don't think... God damn it, Brennis. I don't think it's going to be the play here. Hitmonlee is interesting. I could theoretically play that. I am considering fighting as one of my things today, so I might play one of them. It only has a 1 energy retreat cost too, so that's a thing. Aerodactyl is good. It's just hard to get in play. We have 2 computer search to search out the fossil, but I don't know. I mean, we're probably not going to need to. Evolution stuff's not that big here right now. Haunter is good. We would need at least 3 of this though, in order to consider playing Gengar. And Gengar, I mean, we got 2 of them. Gengar can't get over resistance, which is a pain in the ass. So we'd have to probably play it with like fighting types or something. And a full-on Gengar needs only Psychic, so that's a bit tough. There's our first Ditto. I want 2 of these ideally. I think I've been fitting 1 into most of my prospective decks for today, but I would ideally want 2 of this, because this card is super, super good. Alright, ending the first half with a fucking Magneton. That's 4 of them so far in the first half of the box. That's lame. Lapras again, it's pretty neat. So we're alright with that. Third Haunter, okay. Another Gengar, and I could maybe consider building that. Second Ditto's really good. I haven't seen Muk yet. That's Raichu. Yeah, 4 Lightning is a little expensive, but yeah, I haven't seen Muk, and that's concerning. 3 Ditto is really good. Second Moltres, okay. You would ideally need a full playset of that though, right? And it's the 3rd Dragonite. At least that one looks fancy, right? 4 Ditto, okay. I don't know what you're going to say about that one, Bertus, but sure, why not? Another Raichu, it's fine. 5th Magneton, rip. There's a Muk, okay. 2 would be the ideal number for me in terms of that. Aerodactyl number 2, okay. 2 is about as many of those as I would play as well. Ditto number 5, why the hell not? 3rd Aerodactyl, okay. Articuno, there's only seen the 1 of those. Again, very expensive attacks, but if you did have the Blastoise, that would be great. 3rd Raichu. 3rd Moltres. Last pack here is a 3rd Lapras. Okay, so only 1 Gengar. I don't think I can really justify playing through that. But that's okay. So let's go ahead. I can search Fossil, and let's just see what we got. So we picked up the 3 Aerodactyls, kind of whatever. The 1 Articuno, all the Ditto in the universe that we would need here. The Dragonite is fine. Got enough Dragonite to play with. Energy Search Gambler is all good. Only the 1 Gengar, unfortunately, so I'm pretty sure those Haunter aren't going to get used here. It's a shame, but Haunter itself doesn't do enough damage, and it's just an annoyance more than anything. Only the 1 Muk is unfortunate too. 2 Hypno, I would have wanted a 3rd one before I consider that, I guess. I got enough Magmar, which is good. 3 Moltres is interesting. I don't think it's worth playing Moltres unless you're going to dedicate to like pure fire. But I mean, I could maybe. Yeah, 1 Muk is annoying. I did only play 1 in the in one of the lists, the only list I put it in, but I would have still liked a 2nd one. The Raichu's kind of fine, it's just too expensive. I did get enough Slowbro, this is good. This is the other thing that I wanted to play here. Okay, so pretty much what I was looking to see here. I'm bringing this one out. So, yeah, I don't think I need that one. So let's look at some of the stuff that I am considering here. The deck I think I am going to bring, and this is kind of a silly one, but the deck I think I'm going to bring here is actually this one, but I'll go over the other stuff anyway. So the big basics of this particular set would be using Lickitung Kangaskhan in case of the Psychic stuff coming in. The Magmar is ridiculously good. It's also very good against Mr. Mime, which is something which I don't have to face because Psy doesn't have any. But like just as a general thing, if you are playing and your opponent did pull a lot of those in the previous one, Magmar is really good against Mime because it doesn't worry about the the thing here. Doesn't worry about its power because it does 20 max anyway. But yeah, there's a lot of good stalling with that. The Kangaskhan Lickitung coming in for the Psychic Resistance because Hitmonchan, I mean, he's played Psychic in both rounds so far, so, you know. Plus, with the new Ghosts in the format, I imagine that might be a direction to go. So we definitely need some Psychic Resistance in this one. But yeah, this is your standard sort of thing with it here in terms of big basics. As far as the other stuff, I did retool the Wigglytuff deck, which is going to use 2 Ditto in this one. This is just Hitmonchan Magmar, but with the Ditto in this one instead, which is fine. I should note that Energy Search makes it a lot more straightforward to use these like multi-color decks here. I do have one. This is another interesting one, mostly using the Sand Attack type stuff here. We've got the free line of Sand Slash as well as the free Magmar. The Sand Shrew has Sand Attack, and it resists the resists the Electabuzz. The thing is, right, yeah, this thing is weak to Cypher, but Cypher cannot attack on the first turn. So I at least would have a turn to find another Pokemon before Cypher would even get a chance to hit me. So, and that's assuming a DCE comes in, right? So it's kind of whatever, nobody cares. It's better to have a resistance to Electabuzz. And since I didn't get Dugtrio, this would be my resistance to it. Also, this doesn't die to a single plus power Hitmonchan jab. So there is that there too. Yeah, and of course that's assuming no removals and everything as well. So yeah, obviously these are kind of good in their own right. Again, this can do a decent amount of damage, but it's mostly because it's a reasonably cheap attacker with lightning resistance is the main thing. And the one thing it's weak to, being Cypher, gets hit by Magmar. So you could argue, oh yeah, it gets hit by the Nidos and stuff like that, but that's not going to get played. Psychic weak grass types are just not good enough to play, so we ain't too fussed about that. I would kind of want to fit like another Hitmonchan in here, but I decided to put the Dodrio line in, mostly because Magmar and Sandslash both have a single energy retreat cost. But I could easily see like cutting these and just playing like more Hitmonchan, I suppose, would be the thing. But yeah, this was another sort of potential idea. But what I think I am actually going to play this time around, maybe just need to tweak it slightly, but what I'm going to play is the Slowbro. Because this thing is funny, and I kind of want to go down that route. I just don't know exactly how I want to set this up right now, because I kind of want to play Magmar. I mean, this list does play it, but I kind of want to play the Hitmonchan as well. Like, maybe even if it's just one, I kind of want to play the Hitmonchan. So I may need to tweak things just a little bit here. But, so the idea of this deck is that Slowbro lets you transfer damage from your board to the Slowbro itself. It can't do it if it's status, but it's going to be on the bench. Nobody cares about the status part. The idea is that as you take damage from the opponent, all of it goes on to the Slowbros alongside your with your heavy like HP actives and stuff. I have 0 scoop up, that's why I can't play that. The idea is that you absorb all the damage onto this thing, and then you Pokemon Center to fully heal all of the Pokemon that don't have damage. That don't have energy on them anymore, but the ones that do have damage and don't have energy can just take a free heal. And I have 3 copies of Pokemon Center, so we can easily get that sorted out. Electabuzz and Magmar are very quick, efficient attackers. They don't take a lot of energy to work, so if I have to hit them with the good old Pokemon Center, then it isn't going to take that much out of them. And so same with Lickitung, right? Like, if I have to center these, then I can. But the idea is to get a couple of the Slowbro in play and then be able to heal 100 at a drop of a hat, right? Mr. Fuji is also here too, because Fuji will let me shuffle one of the heavily damaged things back in. So I could like switch Lickitung to the bench or switch Kangaskhan to the bench and then Fuji it back into the deck and just wipe out a ton of damage with a single card as well as potentially preventing deck out stuff. So that's kind of the idea. The only other things I would want, I mean, if I had more Kangaskhan, I'd probably lean into the Gambler play a little bit here, because at the very least, if I had Kangaskhan active, then I could use Gambler, flip tails, get a card, one card in hand, but I'd at least be able to draw my way out of it. The only reason to consider Gambler is because I don't have a playset of Professor Oak. That's pretty much it, but that is a relatively compelling reason. And then the other thing that I would kind of want is to include, even if it's just one, to include a Hitmonchan, just because of the fact of these very big colorless types to resist Psychic are probably going to be played this time around. That, and the fact of if I change this up a little bit, I can play Energy Surge to get the fighting energy out when I need to. I can afford to only play like 2 fighting energy, even, you know, with like the one Hitmonchan or whatever, and I can just pull it out when I need to. So it's kind of tempting, actually, to cut like 1 Buzz to put the 1 Hitmonchan in. I need to go get Energy Surge at that point. Oh, I guess I should probably go back up and get the fighting energy first. So we'd be playing like 2 of that. And then go down, get Energy Search. I need to fit probably 2 of it in. Would be fine. Energy-wise, I can cut 1 each of those. But then I just need to find the space for the 2. I mean, I can actually... I don't need double colorless in here outside of Kangaskhan. Cypher, I guess, as well, but like... Cypher's not generally attacking that often. So I can probably cut down on that. I will need to put another Retrieval in, though. So I do still need to cut 2 cards here. Which is a little tough. Because I don't really want to cut down the number of basics, because I really don't want to start Slowpoke. So I don't want to cut down the number of Pokemon any further from here. Like, Slowpoke is just awful as far as starting stuff goes. I could probably cut 1 Gust of Wind and just rely on, if I need to use it more than once in the game, I have Item Finder. Like, Item Finder really does make it a lot easier to justify some of the stuff like that. You could probably argue the same thing for Pokemon Center. Because, like, how many times am I actually going to need to use Center in one game, right? Where to hit the Toxic Lasers? Not for a very long time, dude. It's either that or I ditch... I can't ditch one of the plus power. That thing is too strong. Yeah, let's go down... Again, do I go down to 2 center though? That seems a bit sketchy, right? If the whole idea is to heal up. Okay, I think Sai is ready, so just got 1 card to cut. I can't really go lower on the energy count here, I don't think. I mean, maybe I could. Maybe I could cut 1. That seems very, very sketchy in the removal stuff, though. Yeah, I'm gonna try the 2. I don't know if this is actually gonna work in the first place of it, but like the standard core should be okay. I guess we'll go with that. Okay, this ought to be interesting.
Agreed.
This set again it's a weird one because it's not the greatest out there, but it definitely has some very fun aspects to it. And yeah, I think this is gonna be neat. So gonna send over the challenge here. And let's just see how it goes. I have no idea. Okay, so you do have your bench slot. I had to take a mulligan, that's why it's not thinking. Okay, yep, so here there's lightning and there's fighting. Big surprise, right? That is kind of rough though, because you do get like you do get to draw 2 cards for a mulligan instead of 1 in these things. So yeah, that's kind of awkward. Your opponent will go first. Let's see what we got. Oh! Oh, this is spicy. Oh, I like this. Okay. Rapidash Executor. Yo. So we have the energy search, got a grass energy out, okay. And the build to draw 2, DCE straight away, yikes. Yeah, that hits pretty hard.
What's the plan?
Yep. This hand is not great. Okay, what can I do out of this that would be reasonable? I think we're gonna have to play the comp search straight up. And
Not a problem.
Yeah, I don't like it though. This hand is not amazing. I guess we're just gonna have to take that. Yeah, and then I guess I'll attach to the Lickitung Wagon Oak. Not happy about it, but I think that's gonna have to be the way around. Bill doesn't do a lot that I want either. Okay, let's just retreat and go for the tongue wrap and get the paralysis. Okay. Probably doesn't matter because you got Rapidash in hand. Yep. And Executor. Wow, it's a good opening here. Okay, so we take a cool 30 damage. Sure. Let's not take that again. Let's get rid of both of them. Energy search for fighting, because I think we're gonna have to put the Hitmonchan down here, and just go for the hit. Yeah, don't get paralysis, but that's alright. That has a lot of energy setback at least, so. Yeah, retrieval for the 1. Yep, pitch of grass. Retrieval away an energy to get an energy seems good. Yeah.
See, I thought it would work on the double colorless, but it didn't, and that's fine.
No, it says basic energy, so.
So I'm going to retreat the Rapidash.
Yep, it does have 0 retreat, so it's pretty good.
We can start this shenaniganery.
Yeah. Flip the tails. Alright. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, that's just a little bit awkward. Oh, what do we even do? Use a counter spell. Chat is being helpful as always.
I wouldn't know.
I guess I don't like putting the DC on an already damaged Cypher, but I guess I don't have much of a choice at the moment. Yeah, and we're just gonna go for the tongue wrap. Do get the paralysis, okay. And there's the instant removal. That's fine. Honestly, given the state of it, it's probably for the best. Man, this just is not what we want here. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to remove something here. It doesn't really matter which energy I remove off of that one, but Screw it, we're gonna have to go all in, I guess. Double plus and go for the Professor Oak. I don't have a lot else that I want to do off of that. Okay, yeah, let's just talk about it. Wow, I did get paralysis, jeez. Coin tosses are quite a thing.
Magical experience.
Yeah. I mean, we're probably going to see that with agility as well, but... Okay, what do we got? Yeah, we've got enough. So let's... Retrieval... Probably discard the lightning, because I can take that back anyway. Grab ourselves an energy on you. And just keep going for it. Apparently keep flipping it. If you flip enough heads, anything can go down, right?
Yeah, I'm not letting
Oh, wow.
sorry.
Playing super removal. Yeesh. Okay. That's a heavy price to pay, though.
Yeah, but Hitmonchan's also a heavy Pokemon.
It is. It is.
We've seen how fast that thing just gets out of control.
Mm-hmm. Okay. My worry at the moment is just I haven't managed to get anything that I want going
Oh,
yet.
right, it's my turn, sorry.
Yeah, it is. Which is the big concern. Alright, I think I need to remove one of the fire off here. That's gonna get far too dangerous. See, Horse has got 0 retreat, and that's a pain in the ass to deal with.
Eggs is 3 though.
Yeah, it's very big, so I guess I'll just put a fire on the Hitmonchan, just to if I eventually get Special Punch going, then that's something. Then just hit for the 10. Energy Search, so that gets the fire out. Oh, DCE, yikes. Alright. Interesting. What do we do with that? So I am noticing one problem here, is I do not have Professor Oak left, because I only have 2 of those in total. Alright, I think we put the Magmar down, attached to the Magmar.
Also a joyful card in this format.
Go for the plus power, I guess, and just hit the knockout here. I need to get something going. I don't have that many cards left in deck.
Fine with me.
Alright, yep. 40 damage taken. What? How many HP did I have left there? Was that...
30?
I thought I had 40, so I think that needed the heads. Yeah, I thought I was at 50 damage, so I was like, yeah, that's fine. It's just like, wait a minute. It's like, God, yeah, I needed the heads for the KO there. Alright, well, we can deny the energy at least, so super remove that. Yeah, guess I could just go for it. Okay, let's computer search, discard 2. What to even grab? Oh, I'm out of that too. Ooh. I'm feeling like resources are going to be the problem at the end of this here. Alright, let's gust that out. Put the energy on Magmar, and go for the knockout here. Didn't get the heads. Okay, fair enough. So build to draw 2. You haven't seen an oak yet, huh? Or used one,
No, I
at
haven't.
least. Interesting. Item finder, yuck. Okay. Going right down to just a single card in hand, but sometimes you need to. There's energy removal, alright, fair enough. Okay. Guess I'm just gonna smoke screen. Take the knockout while we can. No energy I saw there as well as top deck mode too. Okay. Wrong color for the main thing, that's fine. So here's the tricky bit with this is that like I could just smoke screen here, but then if you top deck the fire, how many fire have you gone through? Quite a few, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh, only 4. Okay. It's like you could top deck fire and then smoke screen's a pain in the butt. But at the same time, I think I'd rather just search for fire and go for the smog here just to try and get more damage out. Which,
finally.
Yeah, tails flip. There's the oak, yep, so I imagine this is where smoke screen wars probably come in. Yep. There's the punish, and the removal too, yikes, okay. That is 1, 2, 3 removals so far. Okay, so we
Plus,
did...
I got 1 back from the discard pile.
Yeah, so you've used 4, but you've had 3 in total. Okay. Alright, let's bench you. Probably just attach a fighting and try for the smoke screen. Smoke screen did the damage, okay. So we did get heads, so now you're under the smoke screen, and that's the wars that we play. Retrieval, so we're gonna have enough energy around at this point. Interesting you'd attach... Well, I guess if you're probably not worried too much about the grass on anything else here. Just interesting you'd attach a grass instead of a fire, I guess.
Well, it is what it is.
Sure, but like...
Still works for the stomp.
Yeah, I just figured you would have wanted to attach one of the fires instead. Alright, so you also flipped heads on yours. Fantastic. Alright. Try again? Nope.
Okay,
No.
I raised your Magmar and...
This game isn't ending. Not by the traditional means. That's really bad. Wow, super removal on 1 energy. Okay. That's the second time you've done that too. Like, Yeah, not much to do. Have we seen... No, okay. And there's the Cypher. Wow, playing the Oak as well. Risky. And an Energy Surge, okay. Is that the 3rd retrieval at this point? I think so. That's a lot of stuff gone. Yeah, no, that's all 4. Wow, okay. Plus power as well. Alright, I see where you're going with this. I say no. We're gonna heal all of that off.
Well, can't blame you for that.
We're gonna put an energy down on you. And then I guess I'm just gonna end it at that. There's the 4th removal. Also, the answer to that pepper is yes, it actually does.
Alright, let's get some more damage on this.
Yeah, I mean, gotta give it a shot. Alright, let's switch out into the Buzz and Thundershock. Nope, no paralysis. That's fine. Yeah, agility does flip heads, fair enough. Problem is, you can't take enough KOs no matter what happens here, so I am not particularly worried. We're gonna Thundershock, do get a paralysis, okay. Hang on, which one has got the thing on? It's the annoying bit. Okay, it's the. I guess it would be this one that doesn't. Yeah, okay. It's like which one's got the damage on? Not that
which one?
Yeah, not that I think it matters here. Even if these flips didn't go heads, there's no way you can get like enough knockouts to kill 5 dudes in this
not
many
with the paralysis,
turns, right? Yeah, the paralysis definitely doesn't help, but I think even outside of that, I don't think he would have had enough stuff for it anyway.
Yeah.
Wow, Thundershot getting the KO. How about that? That Pokemon Center really helped, I think, because that stopped that KO from even happening. So, yeah, I mean, you've got 1 card left in deck at this point. We'll just retreat to the Hitmonchan, jab because why not?
And of course, I get the Scythers as my last cards.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, Hitmonchan's not super good in this matchup, at least I've seen, but very different from the last time round. Whereas mine, you didn't really get to see what was going on in this one, but alright. So that's first game. This one definitely can go either way, though, by the looks of this.
Yeah.
You know that, like, I wouldn't want to coach on any of the stuff here. The sheer fact that you played that Oak is the only reason I won that game. Because I would not have been able to do enough to kill enough Pokemon in time before I decked out.
We learn.
We do. That is one of the things about this as a format, right? Is that wow, seriously, I have like 11 basics or something in this deck, and I've had to mulligan both times. Go figure. Whatever. Your opponent will go first. Have at it.
This is a fun war.
So, did you actually get the opportunity to draw for the mulligan there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I got 2 additional cards.
You do get to draw the 2. Wow, so just that's rough though. Looking at what you picked up there, you didn't really get to do a whole lot. I mean, maybe your hand is just something that you don't want to play a lot of right now, so it's totally fine to do. But still, it's like seems kind of rough to have an 9-card hand and only just play like 1 energy and pass. Seems difficult.
Well, it's not like I've been given else, right? So.
Ooh, boy. Ouch.
It happens.
It does, unfortunately. Okay, yeah, this... It's not over. Yet, not with the cards I have in my immediate hand, solely because plus power doesn't go to the discard until the end of turn, because I do have item finder, so I'm gonna pitch and go for the bill here. Oh, well, Electabuzz is good.
Oh, I mean, you actually have monsters to put down.
Yeah, I do. Okay, I'm just gonna Oak the rest of that. And that is actually game at that because I have Comp Search. Dang!
Oh.
Wow, this is going to be another one of those we're going to need to play the third one anyway because, yeah, Smokescreen with 2+ power is going to take it. Jeez! You had, like, what, 10 cards and couldn't get another Pokemon. That is really unfortunate. Dang. Alright, well, unofficial game 3, let's go.
Yeah.
I haven't got to show what I actually wanted to do with this deck yet, though it's fairly obvious. I've gotten... Oh, both players had to... I have mulliganed every single game. How is that even possible?
Another mulligan. Double mulligan.
I have so many basics in here. Opponent will go first with the Cypher. Heck yeah. Alright. Show me what you got. That's a pretty good show. That's scary.
You did ask.
I did ask. Okay, let's spin by one. Getting energy out of the deck. Will
I dodge the paralysis?
That is the question. We will attach, and we will tongue wrap, and you will not dodge the paralysis. Oh, well, there goes that straight away. That's fine. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, let's put the fire on. We'll put the Slowbro in play. And, let's try again. Okay, no paralysis this time.
Alright, fine.
Wow. Double removal. Yeah, it seems about right. It's all good. So get the fire out. Makes sense.
Do I go for it? Do I want to risk this?
Are you seriously considering a Swords Dance right now? Jesus. Okay. That is a little terrifying.
Am I betting on you not having a card?
I mean, that's a pretty dangerous thing to bet on, but... Right, let's retrieval the trader away
Well,
here.
it's a 50%.
That's
Even if you do have the card.
Let's hit it. Oh, no, there you go. You are going to get the 60 off. I mean, it's the same amount of damage you'd have done over the 2 turns. That's the thing, but I guess you're going to gust up the Slowbro. Or not. Okay.
Bye-bye.
What the fuck?
Shit. Fuck. Hit the wrong one. Oh well.
You literally just played 3+ power in 1 turn, then you unfortunately Swords Dance off it. You just played 3+ power in a single turn. What the actual fuck?
And hit the wrong button. Crap.
I don't know how I should feel about that.
Lucky?
Yeah, a little, but like, what the hell, dude?
I mean, misplays happen.
Sure, but like, what the fuck? You just played 3+ power out of a... You just top decked all 3 of them? Like, what the hell?
I also had an oak.
Yeah, but it just went bang, 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 just like straight down. I'm like, oh my god. Okay, right, composure.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna hit. There's nothing else I'm really gonna do over that. I'm just like, what the actual hell happened there?
Well,
insulate against the removal. But can you insulate against 2 removal?
depends.
Okay, well, let's put the fire on and go for it again.
You really keep getting those.
I do. This is kind of the whole idea of Lickitung. Okay. Well, let's just keep putting the energy in. I mean, that said, though, it's a little on the scary side here.
You have to run out eventually.
You would think so. Alright, we're just gonna hit. Jesus Christ. We're just gonna hit this. Welcome to the Lickitung format. Oh my god, you're actually super removaling this.
Yeah, because that cripples Hitmonchan.
Okay. Just thinking what's the best way around this. Probably.
You only appear to have one Hitmonchan and not that much fighting energy.
That's fair. I mean, it was a hedging the bets type of thing off it, really. It's like, maybe I don't need it, but I wanted it in case you were on the same sort of thing I'm playing here, because Hitmonchan's really good against this, right? So...
Yeah, I don't have any.
You have one, right?
I have one. I didn't think that was enough to consider.
That's fair.
If I could get some of my evolution cards...
One of the decks I was considering was actually the Sandslash was the other one I was looking at potentially as the same sort of idea. Okay, yep, so we'll put the Buzz, we'll get that in, I'll use Strange Behavior twice. That way you'd need to Gust and your 4th plus power, or Item Finder on the 2-card hand, right? But you'd have to Gust again in order, and plus power to kill this thing, and we'll go for it. And apparently just never flip tails, alright. The joys of 10 damage plus paralysis.
The joys of your luck.
I know. Alright, there you go. You get a move. So hit for the 30. Alright, go Bill.
I really regret that misplay.
I know. You'd have forced my hand to do something a lot faster. Because I had the comp search for a while. I could have comp searched for Oak and just went forward with it, but I didn't really need to at that exact point. But yeah, you'd have forced my hand with a 90 damage one-shot thing with that, Eesh.
Which is terrifying.
It is. It's super scary. I mean, I'm in no danger of getting KO'd this turn, let's be honest.
I don't think you're in danger of losing this round because of that.
Probably not, but...
Because I can't get cards.
Yeah. Huh.
Do you think with 4 Bill and 2 Oak?
Yeah, you would think that's enough, but often not. Alright, let's just hit. Very, very slowly, we'll eventually get there with this thing. Ooh, here comes agility, though. That's going to be a pain. Alright, did get heads, so nothing's going to be touchable. Okay. Well, at least this will put you off of 2 of them. Yeah, I guess this will put you off of agility next turn if I double remove the fire now. And I think at this point I do need to just put all the damage that I can over it. Yeah, I mean I can't do anything, so I might as well just end at that, huh? More Ponyta! Okay, 20 damage off of that one. Alright, let's energy search for a fire. Switch out into the Magmar and go for this game, I guess. We'll go for the smoke screen. Bill for 2. Okay. Here it comes. And wow, Tails. Rip. This is the game we play. Welcome to Fossil format. We're just going to smoke screen again. Double colorless. Alright. Jesus. Yeah, welcome to Fossil format. Just hit again. I mean, there's not really any reason not to at this point. Professor Oak for 7.
There's all the Pokemon I needed.
Yeah! I mean, Rapidash has 0 retreat, so now you can just go between the 2 of them. Retreat twice in the same turn, and you can actually just attack without the smoke screen Danger.
Good call.
I know I said I wasn't gonna coach on stuff, but I might as well at least say that, you know. What is? Oh, it's special energy is the denotation on that. Okay. So okay, tails on the agility. Fair enough. So in that case, I might as well retreat out to the Let's Buzz. Gonna throw the DC on the Buzz. Plus power for safety here, and Thunder Punch. Didn't actually hit myself anyway, but I needed to make sure I was getting the KO. Let's find a super removal? I don't know what you're taking. Energy retrieval, okay. So get the 2 fires back. Yep. Yeah, you've gone all in on the retrieval stuff in this one. I have seen that, so wow, these tails flips are
Depressing.
something else. They are very depressing. So how okay am I with Electabuzz going down if I flip tails here? And do I have a choice about it anyway is the other question. I mean, there is one thing I can do with it. Sure, let's item finder away these two. So grab ourselves the super removal. Pitch the. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's 2 attachments either way. Pitch that. Pokemon Center everything. And go for the Thundershock. Does get rid of 2 more energy on my side as well, but that's such a lot of damage cleared off there. Ooh, there's the last plus power too. Well, no point overcommitting to the Electabuzz then. Deck cards 24. Wow, 24 to 7. Yeah, okay, I can afford to.
Yeah, this is not good.
No. We'll remove off the Magmar and strange behavior off the damage anyway, and go for the shock. This is, I mean, okay, Tails, whatever. This is kind of what I wanted to do with the deck, at least. I got to show it off finally in this game, but then again, I still, like, a lot of this would have been very different if it wasn't for the misclick. But, I mean, this is one thing that'll be resolved when we play on Thingy, right? On Tabletop, because it's all manual. So dang, that was quite a thing going through a lot of that.
Just done.
Yeah, I don't actually know how you can. I guess the concession thing is down here, isn't it? I just want to actually find that out because I haven't even seen. Yeah, there is a. It's the yellow flag is the concession one. I wanted to concede in game 1, but so I was like, how do you even do that? It's like, yeah.
Well, is what it is.
Yeah. Okay, so you definitely brought something different with this one. Talk us through why you chose what you chose for this then.
Well, I figured I was leaning heavily on the psychics. You might try and...
Yep.
And a lot of these cards sort of work very well together because they don't really have as fixed energy costs.
Yep.
So figured, hey, I can give this a go and see how it goes. And other than the screw up, I'd say not atrocious.
Yeah, I think it went fine with obviously the second game donk once again was kind of unfortunate. It's not as if you don't play enough basics to that either. You're looking at the list you've posted there, like 2 Cypher, 3 Ponyta, 4 Magmar, 4 Execute. You actually, I think you have a couple more than I do in here, so it's kind of unfortunate that you didn't end up getting the basics down in that second game, but
It is what it is.
yeah. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get my one here. Yeah, you can just see everything off it. So I'll print screen and paste this one so you can see it in the Discord as well. So
the recording uploaded.
Yep. So my idea with this deck was Slowbro is like budget Alakazam, whereas Alakazam lets you shuffle all of your damage around wherever you want. Slowbro just puts it on himself until so you get 50 damage absorbed. But if I could have gotten 2 Slowbro out, then absorbing basically 100 damage and using Pokemon Center is utterly devastating in this like game of inches type format, right? You bought something that was maybe slightly heavier damaging than some of them that way, but even then, it's like the same sort of thing as an Electabuzz, I guess, with that. But just in terms of the damage output, 30 was about the average. Executor could hit crazy high, but most of it was just like, yeah, I was figuring Magmar is one of the biggest pains to deal with in here. I wasn't confident enough.
I got 5 of them.
You got 5,
I was actually worried I wouldn't get enough of them, but I did.
Yeah, I got about 5 as well, I think. It's like, yeah, this thing is super, super good, and just being able to slow the game down even further with it, right? And
I was trying to help capitalize on that with the Rapidash, but
yeah.
The tails were not with me, the heads were not with me.
No. It's, Pokemon's always been played a fair bit by it, but especially in these early formats, there's so much coin tossing going around. It's a little annoying at times, but yeah. I mean, I only had the one
When the effect
Lickitung.
is as powerful as ignore everything that the opponent does next turn,
I
get that should be on a coin toss.
Yeah, and
if not something even more harsher.
And it's like, I cut down to 1 Gust of Wind. I see you didn't even play Gust of Wind in this list. I cut down to...
probably a mistake.
I cut down to 1 in the end because I needed to fit in like the Pokemon centers and stuff. I wanted to play Energy Search in the end because, as you see, I have 1 of my Hitmonchan in here and like 2 Fighting Energy. I figured I can kind of get away with playing that as like, just in case we go up against Lickitung or Kangaskhan against, you know, against me with stuff, because there are some good psychic things in here. I was like, yeah, I want 1 Hitmonchan in this list, but it wasn't going to be entirely focused on it. I really wanted to do the Slowbro thing, which I didn't get to do until Game 3, but details.
There's the draft itself, the curious.
Nice, okay. Oh yeah, I guess you can't see the lightning energy count here. No, you can. Okay, it's down at the bottom. 5 lightning, 7 fire, 2 fighting. I think it was 6 lightning, 8 fire, and then I cut 1 of each of them so I could put the 2 fighting in just to tech the Hitmonchan.
Yeah, you didn't really get a lot of fighting energy.
No.
Especially with how harshly I was targeting the thing.
Yep. No, the nice idea with it is that Energy Search does let you get them out the deck without having to spend a computer search on it or something, so I can get away with playing slightly fewer energy because I can search them out and get what I want when I want. I didn't go as heavily in the energy retrieval as you did. You played a full 4 in this list. That's not a bad idea if you can find the space for it.
With the amount of removal...
I couldn't find space for that many, I will admit. I still didn't put the extra super removals in. That was probably a mistake, but I couldn't find space. Because, yeah, I've got 3, but I only fit 1 in here. This deck doesn't play a ton of high energy attacks at all, though. Everything can attack for 1, apart from Cypher, and then Slowbro can't attack, but nobody cares. It's not meant to.
I wanted some fairly easy to attack cards as well, which you can see.
Yep.
And counters for Scyther, because, again, Scyther is oh no.
Yep. That's why I was considering Rapidash last round, because of the Cypher stuff, but then I only have one Cypher, so at least for just now, we'll see if base 2 gives us anything that way. As far as other stuff goes, though, looking...
There wasn't a lot of very exciting, so I decided to just mess around a bit.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna go through what I ended up picking up. I picked up 3 Aerodactyl, but I wasn't really gonna consider playing that, to be honest. Maybe in the Rocket format to go against Vileplume, but meh. Whatever. 1 Articuno, I wasn't going to play it anyway, but it's a bit of a shame that if I pulled the nuts on Blastoise next in base 2 or whatever, then can't use it, but who cares?
I ended up with 4 Aerodactyl, actually.
Oh!
2 regular, 2 hollow.
Nice.
I also ended up with a nice amount of Articuno. Shame there's no Blastoise to feed it. I got a lot of Ditto. I got a lot of Ditto.
I got 5.
7.
7? Wow.
3 Dragonite as well, so
yeah,
that might
same.
be a thing we see in the future.
I wanted to sort of build it, but I didn't have a deck pre-built for like the Dodrio Dragonite stuff, so maybe next round we'll see. But
I did get 2 of the Gengar, so that might also make an appearance.
I was disappointed because I got 3 of the Haunter, but I only got 1 Gengar. So...
I got 2 of the Haunter.
Yeah, I got 3 Haunter, 1 Gengar.
So 3-2-2 might not be atrocious.
No, 3-2-2 I think is fine. Unfortunately, 3-3-1 is not necessarily as good. So, the Haunter doesn't do enough by itself for me to really justify playing it as a standalone thing. So I was like, I just can't, unfortunately.
They seem to have made a real attempt at making a stall game in this format.
Yeah. And this isn't even considered... I didn't play Lass either, which I was considering, because Lass would have helped a little bit in terms of... I guess you just auto-play most of the draw stuff, though, but it would potentially help in the things that you hold on to, like maybe the comp search or item finder that you don't necessarily immediately play. Lass can get rid of them. But yeah, it's... Yeah, it's a bit of a tough stalling game at times. I did get 3 Lapras, and I got 3 Moltres as well. Moltres was a consideration, because I could have gone for the Wildfire stalling thing. Like, Moltres with the Slowbro is kind of funny, if nothing else, but then you just get a lot of attacks off. Probably not the best idea, but it would have been cool. Cool in quoting massive inverted commas, considering it's all deck out win, but you know. I only got 1 Muk, and I'm really sad about that. I'm hoping the wheel is going to give like the wild card rare here or something so I can pick a second one up, because I really want more than 1 of those.
How many Muk did I end up with? Oh. Well, don't have to worry about that.
You got like 500 Muk.
No. Complete opposite.
Oh, you didn't get any?
None.
Oh shit. Oh, that's not good. Team Rocket set is gonna be horrible with that. Oh boy.
Is what it is.
Yeah. Alright, then I got 3 of the Raichu.
Just pray you don't get the Slowking.
Yeah, I guess...
I think we have agreed that we aren't using those.
Yeah, okay, so I think it depends on when we start playing that, because I guess we'll see on like the tabletop sim stuff. It's not as... It doesn't feel as easy to pull hollows on there. Slowking is only a problem really if you have multiple of it. So, considering Chaos Gym was already a very similar thing that was a rare in the previous set, it's like... Slowking is only really an issue if you have like a ton of them out, because they're not supposed to stack. But yeah, I don't know, because like yesterday when I did a draft of the Neo set, like the first one, and I got no Slowking, I got 1 Sneasel and like 3 Dark Energy or something. So I don't think that's enough to be a problem. And I'm thinking if we're going to play on TTS, with it being more accurate in terms of odds and stuff, maybe it'll be okay. I don't know. We'll have to try out some stuff before we actually do that set, I think. The only other thing to note here, I did get 2 copies of the Zapdos too, but again, with all the massive amount of energy removal you were playing, there's no way I was gonna...
It's very expensive Zapdos.
Yeah, so... There was no way I was gonna get the Zapdos Raichu stuff going. I only have the 1 Electrode, so I can't really try and do it with that, but yeah, I don't know. Everything else I got a full playset of that was interesting, or at least enough of them that I'd want. I only got like 1 Hitmonlee, 2 Hypno, but again, 1 Hitmonlee is all you'd really play anyway, and Hypno is decent, but not necessarily deal-breaking. The problem with the Psychics at the moment is none of them hit past Psychic Resistance, except like Kadabra, you know, whether it's 50 for free. So,
well,
yeah.
Technically, if there is previous damage, Jinx.
Yeah. That's, but as you saw...
That heavily relies on previous damage, and you have centers now.
Yeah, I played 2, and I was initially playing all 3, but I had to cut for energy search and stuff here, so it was like... Yeah, I needed that. I didn't see Kangaskhan at all, like, in any of these games. I only have the 1, but, like, I still would have liked to have seen that as a draw out here. But then again, not drawing cards is sometimes the name of the game in this sort of one. You know, how much we weren't doing to each other. even all my attacks, and I still only did like 10 a turn or whatever, you know. Probably should have played more Lickitung, to be honest, but whatever. Alright. I think that's it, unless you've got any other cards that you want to go over that you picked up.
Not really. I got most of what I was expecting to get.
Yeah, just a Muk is the unfortunate thing.
Yeah, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. That's alright though. Yeah, so I think you wanted to do base 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we are actually gonna do that one next time round.
Alright, well, that'll be sometime next week, probably.
Yeah, it will be at this point.
So if you need to play with anyone else, just go ahead. It's just, I've got things coming up.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. I'm more than happy just tinkering around with the tabletop stuff at this point. I do have to spin the wheel real quick, though. We are gonna get our, like, probably 1 card out of that. Or 1 pack, if that's how it goes. Oh no, it is! Wildcard Hollow, there we go. So I can actually get the second Muk. Okay.
Well, congratulations.
That's not bad. Yeah, so I guess I will bring that one up on here as well. I do still have my collection thing on here. So, one thing that I probably will need to do with some of these, if we're going to keep the wheel and whatnot in, is I may have to, like, import the cards directly rather than just relying on pulling them out of a pack, so that we can just, like, I don't know, have a bag with the cards in the set or something, and pull one out if we do get this wildcard type thing. But, yeah, alright, well, Muk is available, at the very least. 2 is about where I'd want to be with it, in reality, because it's like, you don't want to overcommit to it, because it's not that great if the opponent doesn't have abilities, right? Its attack is just 3 colored energy, which is very hard to fit, as you can, and it's like grass too, so it's not always the best type. So yeah, it's expensive.
And you can't really play it with the enabler.
Yep. So you probably don't want to play that many of them, just in case it isn't needed in the matchup. But it's still a good thing to have in the back pocket right now, so I am okay with that. Right. So yeah, next time will be base 2. Base 2 is a reprint style thing of Jungle and the base set original. So we'll have another crack at the trainers. Maybe we'll actually have the full Oak set now. And we'll be able to play what we want out of that.
Maybe I'll finally get a breeder.
Maybe you will. That would be good. And who knows, if I get another Dragonair, then I might play Dragonite next round. I wanted to, but I just didn't have it built. That's the unfortunate bit. Some of the other stuff I was considering playing here, I mean, most of it was kind of around the same general idea as this, but I had the Wigglytuff style thing set up as well, because of course that used 2 Ditto and was very heavily focused on Hitmonchan. I actually didn't run Electabuzz in that one. It's just Hitmonchan, Magmar, Cypher, like the Kangaskhan. Not even the Lickitung, the Kangaskhan, and just trying to use Kanga to draw into the Wigglytuff line and whatnot. That would have been a much more heavy bet on going, you're going to resist Psychic this round, and so, you know, I want something to hit that, but that obviously didn't happen. I did, as I say, had one that had Sandslash, and instead of the Electabuzz stuff as well. That used Dodrio, because Sandslash and Magmar both have 1 energy retreat costs, so it would have been dead easy to switch between them, so Dodrio would have been nice for that. That was another thing I considered, and then the other one was pretty much just a big basic type thing, which was a 1/1 Muk instead, and a bit heavier on the Hitmonchan instead of the Slowbro stuff. And no Pokemon Center, because it was free super energy removal, all of that type of jazz. So I don't know. I think I wanted to play the Slowbro because it's funny, and it didn't get to see play until the 3rd game, but still, it was interesting.
Very effective.
Yeah, it is very good in these sorts of I'm not going to hit you for very much damage type scenarios, right? Where you can just pick off those little bits and ding in. Should have maybe considered Defender for the Electabuzz and stuff like that as well, but I did not. Didn't have space. It's too hard to fit everything in. Yeah, alright, well, thank you very much for playing again, dude, and
Not a problem.
yeah, until next time for this, when, yeah, base 2 will be our poll here, and we'll see what we can get. In the meantime, when I eventually find it, we're going to add stream marker on there, so I can split this later on, and yeah, I'm going to fire up Tabletop, and I'm going to mess about with some more of the stuff on there, I think.
Well, I'll hop out then. Have a nice night.
Right, take care, man.